Hello friends, welcome to Thermomixing Adventures. Lisa here. Today we're going to make a mashed potato in the bowl. Now this has been requested and I have been busting to do it, and we're having a beautiful big lamb roast for dinner tonight, so mashed potato sounds like a perfect accompaniment to that. Now I'm making a slightly bigger batch just because this is only a 4 portion and my kids do really like potato. So I'm going to get on to making that. It's such a great recipe because it's just 2 steps. So if you're looking for something easy to go with a steak or sausages or something like that, this is a really great recipe. I do have a change in it though. So hang around for a moment and hear about what I do differently in this recipe to make it spot on, but also the hints and tips so that you don't get clag glue mashed potatoes, because there's nothing worse than mashed potatoes that are like gluey goopy inside. So I'm going to give you those hints and tips as well. Those of you watching live on Facebook, you will have to watch the replay on YouTube to see the second half of this because it is 2 parts. So you will have to check that out later. So no foul mashed potato on Cookidoo, one of my favorites. The other one I like is, I think there's mashed potato for 2. That's a beautiful recipe too. All right, so we're going to go start. I've already put my Thermomix peeler blade cover through its paces today, and I have peeled these with it. So this is actually nearly 800 grams because you can do 800 grams at a go. And I put that through already, dried out the bowl, and now we're good to go. So if you haven't got yourself the peeler for the TM7, you can use it for the TM6 and 5 as well. It does not fit on the 31. Okay, so sorry TM31 friends, you need to use an old-fashioned peeler. Love it though. You just put 500 grams of water, up to 800 grams, and you just walk away. Well, not walk too far. Don't walk too far. Okay, when I say walk away, stay in the kitchen. It's a bit like kneading. When your Thermomix is kneading, it needs you. When it's got that 800 grams of potatoes that are, you know, quite solid sized in there, you need to stay close. Common sense, right? It reminds me of the old-fashioned washing machine. Anyone else have a washing machine that used to walk itself out of its position? Okay, first things first, it says 500 grams of potatoes cut into 2 centimeter pieces. The size is important in this recipe because you'll end up with clag glue otherwise, and no one wants that. I am putting extra in, as I said, because there's more of us. So in this goes. Now I have cut them in. Mine are a bit on the smaller side, intentionally. Okay, so I've done like 1 centimeter strips by 1.5, maybe 2 centimeter long, but nothing is like everything's in 1 centimeter. Hello Raylene, lovely to see you on this afternoon. So very much intentionally gone for smaller rather than larger, okay, because no one likes clag glue on their plate. So that's done. Now, top tip ingredient here, instead of salt, let's put in some veggie stock. Just a little bit, but because we're doing an all-in bowl method, this is going to remain and flavor it. I'm only going to put a little bit. You can see it only says 1 to 2 pinches. So I'm only going to put in probably 1/4 teaspoon. Not much at all, okay? So it's just going to enhance that flavor beautifully. All right, if you haven't got your veggie stock, make it, okay? If you need me to hold your hand to make your veggie stock, let me know. I'll jump online with you and we can do it together, okay? It's just amazing. All right, and then last things last is milk. Now I had about 600 and something grams of potatoes, so I'm gonna have to just increase my milk just a little bit. Now you can do this dairy-free. Dairy-free friends, the instructions and the tips tell you to use water, and then when later on it says butter, use oil. So you can do that if you'd like. So I'm gonna go 150. Now, if you're wondering what potatoes are used, the dirt colored ones, okay? So I don't particularly buy potatoes for mashing or particular style. I buy the dirty ones. And because the blade cover peeler tumbles them in there, you don't have to wash them beforehand. They get washed in that process, okay? So another top tip. Next, now it's a matter of cooking it for 15 minutes, regardless of what model you've got, 100 degrees, speed 1. All right, and this, it does say, ensure the potatoes are cooked through and starting to fall apart, prolong the time if necessary. So it's okay if they're falling apart after 15 minutes and starting to get crushed in there because they're going to get crushed further, okay? So when you're watching on today, I'd love to know, do you have any add-ins? We are going to add, what's called butter. We're going to add butter. I have another special add-in that I'm going to come back and show you what I put in mine on the YouTube, so check that out. But is there something you particularly add to your mashed potatoes? Maybe you add chives or some particular herbs that just bring out the flavors. Maybe you cook up some onions first and you get them to go through your mashed potato. Or maybe you're very traditional and it's just salt and pepper. What do you add to your mashed potatoes? As you're watching along, I would love to know. But I'm going to press play on this, and I'm going to see you on YouTube tonight at 6 o'clock to see the second step of this recipe and find out what I'm adding to this so that my 9-year-old will enjoy it with us tonight. Okay, welcome back. Right in time. So let's go next. So now we're going to add, but before we add butter, we're going to check them, because this is where clag glue happens or doesn't happen, all right? We want all of these to be soft through. So I'm going to get my sharp pointy knife and I'm going to stab a few of them, okay? And we're just going to see what they're like. Sorry if it keeps fogging up. Oh, that one's too solid inside still. I don't like that. The rest of them aren't too bad. That one's a bit solid. So anything that's feels like it's a bit solid, don't go. Do not do it, okay? So all we do is we go back and repeat the step. But I think 15 minutes is a little bit too long, yeah? I reckon 5 minutes, and we'll reassess at 5. So all I need to do is click on this, change it down to 5. Actually, let's make it 7. 7 feels a good number, but also, as I've said this just now and it's come out my mouth, I have extra potatoes in there, right? So I put an extra 100 and something grams of potatoes, which is probably why I need the extra time. If you do exactly 500 grams, you may be right at this point in time. I just completely forgot that I'd actually done extra. So I'll press the play. Let's come back in 7 more minutes and just check that every single piece, I'm not going to stab all of them, but I'll know as soon as I start as to whether it's done or not. So we will see you in a few moments' time. Okay, welcome back. Let's see after the 7 minutes extra how this has gone. By the way, I forgot to mention earlier, later this week I'm going to share some of the footage from the whale watching I did yesterday afternoon with the kids. Not yesterday afternoon, yesterday morning. Absolutely amazing. Blown away by just the whole experience. I was expecting him to be well off in the distance, not just over my shoulder. So I can't wait to show you that when I can get around to putting that into the back of one of these videos. All right, let's check now if this is fall apart potato, because that's what we're wanting. Oh my gosh, okay, totally different. Have a look at this. Sorry, I'm just gonna wipe it for you. Can you see how it's now very much mashed? Like, it's not mashed that I want to eat it like that because it's still textured, but it's disintegrated. There's not even a piece to particularly stab. If I stab it, it literally is falling apart, which tells me we're done, which is good. Okay, 25 grams of butter. I'm going to go a little on the heavy of 25 because of course I've got a little bit more potato in there. I'm going to go 30 apparently. That sounds good. Then I'm going to put my pepper, just as a pinch. Now some people will go nutmeg here. Go nutmeg. If you like nutmeg, put it in. If you like your chives, put it in. What I need to put in here, and I wonder if you guessed correctly, is actually Parmesan cheese for Mr. 9 so that he'll eat it. He loves potato. He loves it roasted. He loves potato chips. He just loves it in potato salad. Just doesn't like mashed potato. Strange, I know. So, but if I do cheese and it's cheesy, it's a win. So we're going to put cheese into it, and this you'll find the way I learnt that he will eat it like this is from that mashed potato for 2 recipe. It has this at the beginning. So I just, this is actually about 80 grams. So it's about what they suggested plus a bit more because I've got a bit more, and we're just going to sprinkle it in now. Okay, next. Now it says whip 20-second speed 3. It does have in the tips that if you want it smoother to do on speed 4 for 30 seconds. We'll do both so that you can see that texture difference and you can kind of choose for yourself what your preference would be. So let me do this now. Let's press play on that and let's have a look at this together. Love to know, have you tried a cauliflower mash in your Thermomix? A sweet potato mash? Love the sweet potato mash. So good. Or are you just a potato mash person? Like, is that just something you do? It's funny, we don't do mash very often. My kids only were introduced to mash in more recent years. I think because we just had it so much as a kid. So then we were like, no, not going to have that. So, all right, let's have a look and then we'll go back and do that a bit longer. Now, I do have extra in there, remember? So I do look like I need to whip it further, which is fine. It's actually not smooth as I thought. So you can see it relatively well. My puppy dog's turned up at my feet. So you can see there, the inside looks very creamy. The outside is looking very textured still. So let's give it a stir. Let's get that food into it. And then, I don't know, I think you can over whip it. But I don't know. Let's give it a go anyway. Let's go back. Let's just go set as current step. And that texture is not terrible. Like, it's actually, I thought it was going to be chunkier than that, but it's not. A little bit of chunk in it still. And not chunky like not cooked, but just not mashed. Depends how you like it. So they said speed 4. I think they said 30 seconds, but being I've already whipped it half, let's not do another 30. Let's have a look at this. It tastes yummy. Okay. That little taste, so good. Oh, this feels like the longest 20 seconds ever. Let's see what it looks like. Now, this doesn't use the butterfly in it to whip it up, which is nice. It's another thing not to wash through the dishwasher. It's just whipping it up itself. And now it says serve hot. Look at their beautiful herbs on it. Looks very pretty in the picture. Look at that. My goodness. This looks silky. Yum. Yep. That is beautiful. So if you want it untextured, definitely do it that little bit longer. But if you want it with a bit of a, and it's not a crunch, it's just that like potato bits. Definitely not crunch like undercooked. So I'm just going to put some in a bowl so you can see it. And I'll get a photo with the bowl because otherwise people ask me, what does it look like? And I'm like, I just served it. So there you go. Mashed potato in your Thermomix. 17 minutes, no, 15, 7, 22 minutes. But I did do extra. So I don't know if you need to do that. Look for the stage though of which it is crumbling and breaking up itself in there when you open it. That's the sign it is done. Obviously, if you cut large bits, it's going to take longer. If you have smaller bits, it's going to take less time. But getting it to that stage of it actually being cooked through, like, so incredibly important, okay? Don't get that wrong. So that's it from me today. If you like this video, please share it, okay? Think of somebody you know who has a Thermomix and send them a video and go, hey, do you make mashed potato in your Thermomix? Share these videos with those around you who have a Thermomix and need to get more out of it, okay? I want to make sure everyone who has a Thermomix on the bench loves it, uses it, and just makes their life easier. I could tend to a stove and make sure this doesn't burn on a stove and boil over and all that stuff, and then mash it with a masher. Now, I haven't had a masher in over 13 years. I don't need to clean one out. I don't have to hand wash it, put it through the dishwasher. Another thing, my Thermomix does it for me. How cool is that? And this was all in one bowl. So now I can put it on a pre-clean and it's ready to go. So make sure the people around you who have Thermomixes can do this, because it's amazing how many people are like, oh, I've never made mashed potato. I'm still doing it on my stove. Don't let them do that. Okay, it's so much easier in the Thermomix. But otherwise, have a fantastic day. If you have any questions, reach out. If I can help you get a TM7 and you live in Australia, I'd love to help. But if you live across the world, just share these videos. That's super helpful for me as well, and helpful for them because it helps them get more out of their Thermomix. But otherwise, take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video soon. Bye for now.